So I'm driving to work and I smell this smell like electrical fire, right? And I thought something was burning in my car. It's my backpack that was in the car yesterday where the motor was burnt up. So now my backpack is burnt motor air freshener.
So what's even funnier is that motor is sitting on the broken chair that's out there by the trash. You know, about 4 feet lower than the kitchen door and about 8 feet away. I walk outside, I smelled it immediately, and then Crazy comes out. She's like, "Did you burn something out here? Something burning? What is that smell? It smells like something burned." Yeah, that motor's very much toast. It's spreading its stench everywhere.
Battery's dead. Smoking.
Is it?
Here, quick, unplug this fucker.
What was smoking? The motor?
Yep. Whew. Stinky.
Ugh. ESC's bone cold, so that's a good sign.
No, straight. I saw it coming straight out the motor.
Yeah. Only problem is we gotta find your body clips.
Oh, I'm more concerned about it burning up and melting.
That motor's hot, dude.
I bet.
What gear is in there?
Stock.
Stock? Yeah. These TorqueMasters are junk.
Well, they did say that they don't work very well in water.
Yeah, but it didn't really get in the water at all.
No, not really.
And it's not like it's mud.
Onto the chupacabra.
They may not like water, but here's the thing. It was never submerged, you know?
This one, no, was never submerged.
My thing is, the only time these brush motors should really get affected by water is when they get clogged with like dirt and mud.
Well, that's what they're saying.
grime.
The sealed cans are actually better in water than these things.
Right.
He goes in about the computators and stuff.
But they're overpriced for what they are.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
50 bucks.
I'll stick with sealed cans from now on.
This Holmes Hobby smells so bad, I don't even want to take it into my house. I mean, there was smoke pouring from this thing today. That's okay. I come prepared. So apparently these motors are designed for, quote, crawling, not what we do, which is trail running. So if you decide to get a TorqueMaster, do not put it in the water. And if you do, expect a crawler queue as a result. It has something to do with the compentators or computators. This is the second motor, by the way, that we've cooked. I wanted to see if this one would last any longer than the first one. And it did. And I'll give it credit for that at least. Even though they say they're waterproof, they're not really designed to be taken into water like that. They really don't like it. You can actually check out Holmes Hobbies video. Put a link for that video. Well, which side would that be on? Yeah, it would be on this side, right here. You'll see it right here. And he actually goes into it and explains why, if you're doing what we're doing, you don't want this motor. The good news is, you know, you can run a sealed can and not have any issues. Well, you will eventually, but they tend to last much longer, the sealed cans versus these. It's just a design thing. He explains it much better than I am right now, or will. But yep, that's the second cooked one. It's making me nauseous just sitting next to it. They did say, I can taste it. Ugh, I can smell it from over here. Good Lord. There's one stinky motor. But they did say that they would replace it. So I was impressed with that. At least they'll still stand by it. My biggest problem is that they don't really tell you this anywhere. And actually, I didn't know about it until somebody had sent me a link to their video. And it was pretty eye-opening and news to me. So, if you have yourself a TorqueMaster, it's a crawling motor, not a trail running motor. Because apparently what we do isn't, quote, crawling. Therefore, the motor was never really designed to do the things that we put it through. Which is fine, but we didn't know. So, hopefully this little fiasco that we've had with this thing over the last few weeks will help you out from making the same mistake we did. I don't know if I said it or not, but yeah, they said that they would replace it, so I was impressed by that. And to be honest, I don't need it replaced. I'm kind of mad that we're out the $100-some. They will replace it, but we don't have a need for it. There's no reason for us to have them if we can't run them like the way that we need them to be run. They wanted us to send them back. Why won't you just go in there? It would be a pain in my butt. But to be honest, we really don't need them. To be perfectly honest, you know, if we can't run them the way that we want to run them, then they serve no purpose to us. So we don't need new ones. We already purchased 2 550 sealed cans from them, TorqueMasters, and we're also running a 540 TorqueMaster in the Enduro at the moment. Why won't this squeeze in here? Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to. Oh, it's being a pain in the butt. It's probably because I'm sitting out here on the ground. So we'll see if those do any better than the axial sealed cans. The 540 TorqueMaster is about the same cost as the axial 540 here. The Holmes Hobbies is a bit louder, but maybe that's just because it's that much more awesome. I mean, I don't know. We're definitely going to find out, and we'll keep you updated as to how they hold up. But I'm going to get out of here because this thing's frustrating me. Okay, I got it in. Some cursing was involved. I'm trying to keep it classy lately on the channel. Entertaining, but classy. At least I do my best anyway. Like I was saying earlier, yeah, what we do apparently isn't crawling. I'll use air quotes for that, because coming from the bashing world, I just always assumed that crawling was crawling. But apparently, what we do is trail running. Who knew? I guess crawling is more in like a controlled environment for points and stuff, which is fine if you're into that. I got nothing against it. It's just, at this moment in time in my life, that's not my idea of a fun time. I can understand how people get into it, but that's not what we're doing anytime soon. So until then, we're going to continue to run sealed cans. Thought about doing brushless, but you know, to be honest, how much faster do you need a crawler to go? The brush motors are just fine. And this is the first one that we've ever had completely smoke out like that. The axials have been very, very good to us for, quote, trail running. They're not a terrible motor. They've held up to all kinds of abuse that we've put them through. And it's comical, the abuse we've put them through sometimes. But if you're trail running and not crawling, I would advise not getting this motor. And that's just not my opinion. That's the opinion of the man who makes them. Again, you can follow that link in the description below, or the one that just popped up on the screen a few minutes ago. He'll explain it much better than I can. It has to do with particles and stuff getting in there and water getting in there and it not being able to expel those particles and stuff. It's not too scientific, but it all makes sense. So I can't really fault the motor because we're expecting it to do something that it technically wasn't designed for. But I will fault the fact that nobody seems to know about it, including Holmes Hobby. Or at least they don't make it known. I guess they expect the consumer to understand the difference between crawling and quote trail running. But at least they stood by their product. They were willing to replace it. Even though they said we probably caused it. Well, they also said it may have been a dud motor. They don't know. They want us to send them back. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something, or if it was us, the way we ran it. Like they said in the video, it's not designed for that. So I can't really fault it for that. So is it garbage? For trail running? Absolutely. Especially if you want longevity and you want to do the things that we do. It's complete garbage. But for crawling, not trail running, it was a good motor. It ran great, it ran strong. It's nice and smooth. We were very excited when we first got them, but like I said, for our purposes, they're garbage. So we're going to stick with the sealed cans for now. Maybe someday we'll upgrade to brushless, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I'm perfectly okay with my brush motors. It smells better out here already. So I got my axial back in here, my 55 turn. To be honest, I'm just happy it didn't light on fire and melt my new body. I would have been oh, I would have been very angry. It's funny in the video you could hear me kind of panicking. It's because I had my hands full. I had my camera in one hand, the controller, and the car in the other, and I'm running on these rocks that are covered in moss, and I'm just like, I go up to James and I'm like, dude, it's on fire! Undo the thing, I gotta disconnect the battery. He said he knew it was serious because I was actually panicking. I usually don't panic. It's very entertaining. You ever see The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Don't panic. Yeah, that's my motto. I wasn't really panicked, it was more of a... I was rushed and concerned. It was urgent. I don't like having lipos hooked up to stuff that are just malfunctioning like that. I don't know what part of it's malfunctioning. Is it just going to keep pumping current into it and just... I've worked on enough motorcycles and electronics with car batteries and motorcycle batteries. I had a stator one time go bad. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was a regulator. And it was a cheap regulator. And the customer wanted it. And I told him it was a piece of junk. And we hooked it up. Ran it. And then they went to go wash the bike after we were done working on it. And something inside of it short-circuited. And 2 fire extinguishers later, basically the regulator, it's about yay big, just melted from the core. There's nothing in there but diodes. And somehow they short-circuited in there, inside the potting material. You know, we couldn't even see what it was. And it was like a Roman candle. All the voltage from the battery was just melting inside there and just sending sparks and Roman candle-like material through the damn plastic on the outside. It smelled great. It was even more fun when we had to douse it with with 2 fire extinguishers while the other guy was trying to disconnect the battery. So yeah, I never like having battery power to some kind of electrical component that's failing. You never know just how bad it's going to go. The faster you can get it disconnected from a power source, the better and safer. So 55 is now in there. Took me 15 minutes, I guess. Yeah, we're back to the Axial 55 in the Cherokee, aka Power Wagon now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this information helps you out. If you're crawling like we are, you don't want that motor. Stick with sealed cans and you're much better off. Thanks for watching.